Welcome back to my channel, Into the Oven. Thank you so much for your response to all the viewers who liked my video and subscribed to my channel. I'm back again with another recipe today, and I'm going to be making homemade peanut butter. I'm going to be making a couple of variations of the peanut butter. So here are the ingredients. The one that I'm going to be making would be with white chocolate. So that's 150 grams of roasted peanuts and about 80 grams of white chocolate. So that's for one of the variations, and for the other one I'm making a little larger batch because I'm going to be using it in another recipe which is going to follow soon. This is 250 grams of roasted peanuts. Then I have semi-sweet chocolate, so I've chopped it into smaller chunks. That's about 130 grams. I also have cocoa powder. I'm going to be using about a tablespoon of this. This is optional. I like my peanut butter to be a lot more chocolatey, so I use the chocolate as well as cocoa powder. If you don't like the bitterness in your peanut butter, you can leave that out. So the ingredients here, all I need is just a trusty mixer for grinding the peanuts, and I have some coconut oil here. You could use olive oil. Also depends upon the weather. You could completely leave it out in the hot summer when the peanuts are going to leave oil a little more easily. So all you've got to do is take those peanuts, go into my grinder, just put the lid on, and I'm going to start grinding this. So when you start grinding your peanuts, you'll see that they'll start coming together. If you keep going on, they'll start leaving a bit of oil. So we'll just keep going with it. Just make sure that you scrape the sides from time to time. Put it back on. Turn on my mixer again. Again. Starting to come together nicely. It's forming a lump. Beautiful, beautiful. I think it's a perfect example. I don't think I will need to use any extra oil for this particular batch. It's coming along really nicely. It's starting to get really creamy and soft. Alright, I'll start. I'll keep going a little more for another few seconds, and then we'll add our chocolate. Look at this. This is wonderful homemade creamy peanut butter. Now, if you want, when I make it for myself personally, I just like to have it just like this without any extra ingredients. But if you like to make it a little sweet, you could add a couple of tablespoons of castor sugar and whip it for a few more seconds. The heat of the peanut butter at this stage is just going to ensure that the sugar melts and combines. What I am going to do though this time around is I'm going to use the white chocolate compound and add it to the peanut butter. Like I said, you could melt the chocolate in the oven for a while and then add it, but I know from my personal experience, this is hot enough for the chocolate to melt while I continue to whip it. So I've added half of the chocolate right now. I'm going to give this another turn creamy peanut butter. The rest of the chocolate. I really chopped my chocolate fine so it's easier for it to combine. You could alternately grate it, or like I said, you could chop it and put it into the microwave oven in 20-second bursts. Make sure that the chocolate doesn't burn. Once it's melted, you could add it and just give it a quick whip. Okay, wow, this is incredible. I mean, you could go out in the market, buy the most expensive peanut butter out there, but you will never get the contentment that you get out of homemade peanut butter. To boot, it does not have any preservative, it does not have exorbitant amounts of sugar, though I've added a little bit of chocolate, and like I said, for my personal use, I even avoid adding sugar. Forms a perfect base for me for using it into smoothies or on some savory sandwiches. I've not had to add any extra oil for, but also it depends upon the weather. It's starting to get a little hot here around my place, so it came out brilliantly. But like I said, if I was making this during the winter months, like I did past couple of batches, I've had to use a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil. Completely depends upon your taste, your preference, and also what's available. You could use vegetable oil as well, and it does not require a lot of oil, just a little bit, probably a teaspoon to a tablespoon. But look at this. This is the most delightful peanut butter. Alright, so we move on to the next batch of peanut butter. Like I said, it's going to be chocolate flavored. So 250 grams of peanuts going into the grinder. We're going to repeat the process, exactly the same. We're going to add our chocolate now. I'm going to add half of the chocolate. Like I said, we've taken 130 grams of semi-sweet chocolate. I've chopped it into small chunks, and the temperature of the peanut butter while returning it is going to help melt the chocolate and get it incorporated. And like I said in the beginning, you could use it just like this. This is really wonderful. Or, because I like my chocolate to give me a kick, I'm going to add a tablespoon of cocoa powder to this. Make it more chocolatey, slightly more bitter, because that's how I like it. Another variation that I usually make is I add, sorry, confused with the lids here. What I also do is I try and add a coffee to it. It makes a wonderful mocha flavor. One final whip, and we have our wonderful chocolate flavored homemade peanut butter. Has no preservative, has no added ingredients, no added sugar apart from what was there in the semi-sweet chocolate. With the chocolate one, I still go with the semi-sweet. I've tried just the cocoa powder a couple of times. It's just too bitter for my liking. You can try and experiment once you know how to make basic peanut butter, which is just whipping the peanuts up. You can experiment with the flavors. So let me pour this out. Just look at this. This is heavenly. After having a look at this and trying it out at your home, I can guarantee you would never go to the market looking for packaged peanut butter. This is wonderful. to eat. Extremely healthy, great alternative to the regular butter for your breakfast. I know what kids will love it too. It's a great source of energy, a great source of protein. So if you're into health foods and looking to gain weight and put on muscles and whatnot, use it in your smoothies. This is a perfect addition to your kitchen pantry. So there you are. You've got homemade peanut butter. This is the chocolate flavored. This is the white chocolate flavored. And this is from my last batch that I made. This is made with wheatgrass and flaxseed. If you want to make the chunky one, you could add some crushed peanuts to the chocolate one. Comes out wonderfully well. Do try this at home. Let me know how you like it. Leave your comments. If you like my video, then give me a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. And if you'd like me to try another recipe, do request it through the comments section. Have a wonderful day. Signing off for today. This is Chef Abdullah Khan. Good night.